in on how the bond market's trading, though. Simon Michell from FIIG Securities is joining us. Simon, good to see you there this afternoon. Now, we've been talking a lot about Donald Trump's inauguration over the weekend, lack of detail. How have we seen yields responding?
Afternoon, Leanne. Yeah, look, absolutely. We had quite a bit of a surge in yields after that very strong US economic data on Thursday. So I suppose only to be expected that we've seen that pull back a little bit. So yields are down a few basis points, both here and in the US. So no real movement after that inauguration speech by Trump at this point.
All right. And in terms of, I guess, the market pricing for Fed hikes and so forth, because a lot of, obviously, what comes out of Donald Trump's administration is going to play into the Fed's next move. Have we seen any change at all in how the bond market's pricing the next move?
Absolutely. And we've certainly seen Janet Yellen start to talk up the chance of further Fed rate increases through this calendar year. Market at the moment only pricing in 2. So I think that's interesting. I think you're certainly seeing a little bit stronger language from the Fed, but we're not seeing that matched by market movers at this point, Leanne.
Mm-hmm. Tell us a little more about domestic bond issuance.
Absolutely. So it continues. We had that huge record Australian Commonwealth Government bond issue last week, the 5-year at 2.24%. Thought I just mentioned 70% of that actually went to Australian investors. So that was significantly higher than previous, and considering that was a record issue, very strong demand there. We've had Westpac come out. They've done a 5-year issue as well. And so I think you're starting to see a little bit more growth in demand of issuance, and that's likely to continue into the end of this month.
Mm-hmm. All right, and just, I guess, a thought from you on the week ahead. We've got, well, probably a bit of a quieter week, but the big focus is going to be on inflation numbers on Wednesday. What do you think is going to take the attention for the bond market?
Yeah, look, I think we're going to see that inflation start to creep up a little bit. You know, we're certainly thinking you could see something around about the 0.5%, so that starts to move into that sort of lower range of the RBA. You know, I think it's a sort of a slow story. We certainly want to see that inflation coming through, so I think, you know, we're going to start to see that reflected in the numbers, and it's been quite a challenge, as you know, over the last couple of years for central bankers, so it could be a positive story.
All right, excellent. We'll leave it there. Simon, really do appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much.
Have a good afternoon. Thank you.
Simon and Michelle joining us there from FIIG Securities on